Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia Kyle, and if you're new here, I am a mother of 3 children, and I love to provide you guys with different hacks and tools to help your motherhood journey feel a little bit more manageable. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and drop a comment. If you're a first-time viewer, I would love to know if this is your first time on my channel. If you're a returning viewer, let me know that too, because I love to engage with you guys in the comments. Today's video is about some tips and tricks that I have that help me keep my sanity as a stay-at-home homeschool mom of 3 small children. These are the things that I do for myself and do within my household to not only make sure that I'm taking care of myself, but all the things in my household are getting done in a timely manner and things don't pile up. If I'm being transparent, I'm one of those people that feels incredibly stressed out if my space is cluttered, not organized, or I get behind on the everyday tasks that are important to me within my household. And so these are some of the things that have helped me maintain routine and maintain my sanity. One of the first things that's been very helpful for me, and this may sound super simple, but it is super simple, it's just also very important, is I wake up every morning and I make my bed. Don't roll your eyes. I know. That is one of those things that you always hear, like if you're gonna be successful, you have to make your bed in the morning. Listen, that's not why I make my bed in the morning. I make my bed in the morning because it's the first area that I can make feel organized. If my bed is a total disaster, pillows everywhere, sheets to the side, all of that, it feels incredibly disorganized. But if I make my bed every morning, I can look in my bedroom as an adult and go, okay, there's at least one thing in this house that is organized right now, and it's my bed. My mom encouraged me to make my bed every single morning when I was a child, so this is something that's a habit for me. If you're not in the habit of making your bed every morning, it's an easy habit to build. Just do it. Not first thing when you wake up, give your sheets a chance to air out if you can, but within like the first 20 minutes of your day, go in and make your bed. It's even better if you love your bedspread, if you've got some beautiful pillows, and then you can look in your room and be like, okay, that's nice. The other reason why making your bed is important is because it's establishing a morning routine. Morning routine is very important, not just for your kids, but for you. I think a lot of times when we hear about morning routine from a stay-at-home mom or a motherhood perspective, we hear about routine as it's important to our children. That's true. It is important for our children to have some type of routine in the morning. I would argue that it's equally important for you as the mother to have a routine because you're setting the tone for the day. It's important for you to have a routine as well. So making the bed is step 1 of my morning routine. Step 2 of my morning routine, without getting into the nitty-gritty, my morning routine has lots of extra things in it because we live in a rural area, we're on a ranch, we have animals, you have to feed the animals in the morning. But my morning routine boils down to, I wake up and I make my bed, I do the chores that need to be done outside, and then I get myself ready for the day after I have gotten my children breakfast. I make sure that my kids have breakfast, that they're set, and then I will go take a shower. I will go take a shower unless I absolutely have no time to do it. But every morning I make an attempt to take a hot shower. And when I get out of the shower, I get dressed, I put on a little bit of makeup. I don't wear very much makeup. I'm sure you can see that. I put on a little bit of makeup. I make my hair look the way that I want it to look that day, whether that means putting on a baseball cap or putting it in a ponytail, doesn't matter. But I make myself feel ready for the day. And then I'm ready to start conquering all of the other things. This is why I think it's important for us to take care of ourselves as well. Not only are we making sure that our children are brushing their teeth, brushing their hair, getting dressed, wearing clean clothes, eating breakfast, we have to do those things for ourselves because we can't set the tone for our little people. We can't set the tone for them unless we set the tone for ourselves. And it's almost as if you're in an airplane and they say, put your oxygen mask on first before you help the person next to you. It's the same thing. You need to take care of yourself before you can provide the best care for everyone else. Does that mean we neglect our children? Absolutely not. Your children are a priority, but you also need to take care of yourself in the midst of all the chaos. And having a good morning routine, like waking up, making your bed, taking a shower, making yourself feel better by having a good appearance, putting on real clothes, it will tremendously transform your day. Another piece of advice I have for you, come with me over here. If you create a calendar for your family, you are going to feel so much more organized. Whether it's a calendar in a planner or it's a calendar on the wall. I have both. I have a planner that is mostly just for me. I write it in my language. It makes sense only to me. I'm the only one that looks at that. This is our family calendar. Everything goes on this whiteboard. This whiteboard is in my Amazon storefront. It is very affordable, it is easy to hang, and it is the perfect size for families. I have it in my Amazon storefront. The link is in the description of this episode. But creating a calendar like this and color coding it in a way that makes sense for you not only helps you be able to look at what's going on day to day and month to month, it can also help your spouse or significant other or any of the adults who are helping you manage the household look at this and know, oh, Lydia has a chiropractor appointment on Friday, or so-and-so has practice on Mondays and Thursdays. And you can organize this and keep your life laid out in a way that does not look or feel overwhelming. Again, I have a lot of organizational tools in my Amazon storefront, so be sure to check out the link in the description of this episode and you can see all of those organizational tools that I've already laid out for you. So now that we've talked a little bit about taking care of yourself and setting yourself up each day with a morning routine that makes you feel ready to conquer the day regardless of what you have going on, let's talk about how you can get your household in order and you can set yourself up for success within your household. One of my best tips for you when it comes to maintaining not only a clean home but an organized home without feeling overwhelmed. So many mothers that I talk to are incredibly overwhelmed by the tasks that they have to do to maintain their household. Not only do they feel like they're the only one who's contributing to that, we'll talk about that in a minute, but they also feel that it takes so long, it's so overwhelming, there's so many things, there's not enough time in the day. My best piece of advice, have an honest conversation with yourself about the amount of time that it takes to do certain tasks. This is so important. I used to be one of those people that would get performance paralysis when it came to doing tasks around my home because in my head, I had convinced myself that it would take so long to do the task. I don't want to sweep and mop the floors because it's going to take forever and I don't have time. I don't have time for that. One day, I realized, how long does it actually take to sweep and mop the floors? And I timed myself. It took about 15 minutes total. 15 minutes total time to sweep and mop my entire house. From that moment forward, I could never use time as an excuse not to get a task done because I had an understanding of how long the task was going to take me. Ask yourself, how long does it actually take to do a sink of dishes? How long does it actually take to fold a load of laundry? Laundry is a big one. We're going to talk about that as well. How long does it take you to vacuum? How long does it take you to clean a bathroom? When you break it down into how long each task actually takes you, I have a feeling that you'll be amazed that a lot of those tasks take very little time. And if you have an extra 15 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour, you could get several things done in that amount of time. Put your head down, get the job done. Don't allow yourself to get that performance paralysis where you convince yourself that you don't have time to do anything, when in reality, doing a sink full of dishes takes you less than 10 minutes. Another thing that tends to stress me out as a mom is dishes in the sink. We don't have a dishwasher. A lot of people have the luxury of a dishwasher, and I'm so glad for you if you do. But if you're like me and you don't have a dishwasher, you end up with a sink full of dishes. A sink full of dishes, for me, is very stressful. One of the things that I've learned helps me maintain my sanity as a mom is don't let your dishes pile up. Even if you have a dishwasher, don't let your dishes pile up. Don't let that sink become a disaster zone because there is just something about a sink full of dirty dishes, or a dishwasher overflowing, or a dishwasher that sat there ready to be unloaded for 3 days, that just becomes incredibly discouraging. I might be the only one. Let me know in the comments if you're similar to me and dishes bother you. If dishes don't bother you, you can tell me that I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, if you make a point to do dishes more times during the day, it will take you less time to do them and you will not become as overwhelmed. If you have a dishwasher, make a point to unload that dishwasher every morning or every night, or maybe every lunchtime, whatever works for your schedule. But make sure that you're keeping that rotation so that you don't end up in a situation where you have a sink overflowing with dishes and a dishwasher that's full of clean ones. Create a system. Keep running through each cycle so that you don't get behind. This is a big one, and I'm gonna slip it into the middle. So if you've hung out for this long, let me know, because this is a big one. If you have a significant other or older children or a spouse or another adult who is living with you, ask for help. Sometimes, as mothers, we have a tendency to martyr ourselves in the mundane tasks of motherhood, the unseen labor. We tend to assume that everyone knows how hard we're working, and we don't ask for help. We want people to offer help, but we don't ever ask for it. And that can not only be very toxic for you, but it can create a toxic environment within your household. If you need help with a task and you are willing to delegate that task to older children, to a spouse, to a significant other, or an adult within your household, delegate that task. This happened to us recently, where I was noticing that I was becoming incredibly overwhelmed by having to do the dishes after dinner. My children are not quite old enough to be trusted with all of the dishes. They can do the silverware and some cups here and there, but if I ask them to do the dishes, it's highly likely we're gonna end up with broken dishes. I was cooking dinner, providing dinner for my family, and then I was going to do the dishes afterwards. And my husband was doing bath time with the kids and getting everybody in jammies and all of the things, right? I was so overwhelmed and burnt out by doing those dishes after dinner that it made me incredibly resentful. And I started to recognize that it's not the day that's making me feel this way. I was fine up until the point I had to come to this sink after a long day of being mom, teacher, all of the things. And I had to come to the sink and do these dishes after cooking this meal. And it was making me feel really, really angry and upset and burnt out and tired. Guess what I did? I told my husband. I looked at him, adult to adult, partner to partner. And I said, I do not want to do the dishes after dinner. And he said, okay. I said, it makes me more tired. It makes me angry. I don't want to have to cook dinner and do the dishes. Like, I can do bedtime for the kids. And he said, no, I'll do the dishes. You just go relax. When we're done with dinner, go take a moment. Go take a shower. Go do whatever it is that you need to do. The kids can watch some cartoons. I'll do the dishes and clean the kitchen. And guess what? It has been such a blessing. It makes me so happy that I want to cry when I know that when I finish dinner, I don't have to go do the dishes because he's willing to do it. He would have never known that it was making me feel that way to do the dishes after dinner because guess what? I always did it. I got up, I went and did the dishes, and I sat there and I'm scrubbing the pots and the pans and I'm getting angry and I'm getting upset and I work so hard and nobody ever notices. And guess what? All I had to do is say, honey, I don't want to do the dishes after dinner. It solved the whole problem. Ask for help. Delegate tasks that you can delegate. Here's another one that you can do with your kids. Give tasks to your kids that they are capable of doing. Even my small children, here's the thing. I fold the laundry. We're going to talk about laundry in a minute. I fold the laundry, they put it away. How it gets put away? None of my business, okay? That is none of my business. How it gets put away, I look the other way, right? They know which drawers to put them in. They know how to keep them organized. I put things in individual piles. Okay, all the underwear are here, all the shirts are here, all the pants are here, all the jackets, right? When I'm done folding it, they are responsible for putting it away. These are the types of tasks that you can delegate to your children. They can do things for themselves and they can also help you do things within the home so that they learn to be a contributing member to the family. And it also gives them a level of independence. Don't be afraid to delegate tasks to your children, even at a young age. So let's talk about laundry. Laundry is a trigger for some moms. Laundry feels like the unending burden. Let me tell you, it is. It never ends. It never ends. It doesn't matter how many people are in your family. It doesn't matter if you rewear clothes. It doesn't matter what you do. You will somehow end up with a never-ending cycle of laundry. However, there are ways that you can minimize the burden of the laundry. We're a family of 5. We have 5 people wearing clothes every single day, and it can get out of control. However, the best piece of advice I have for laundry is if you do laundry for each person on certain days and you make a point to get through that laundry for that person in one day, you will find yourself not getting as backlogged on the laundry. For example, my daughter's laundry, I do it on Mondays. She is one little girl, okay? It's one load of laundry. I put it in the wash, I put it in the dryer, and I fold it all in one day. So on Monday, her laundry is done. I will not do her laundry again until the next Monday. My sons, they have a little bit more laundry. There's 2 of them, so it takes 2 loads to do theirs. But I will do their laundry on Tuesdays, maybe also on Wednesdays, depending on how busy the day gets. I give myself some wiggle room, right? If it doesn't all get done on one day, that's fine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a system where I'm not trying to do everybody's laundry all at the same time. I'm going to designate certain days in a rotation for getting that laundry done. I do mine and my husband's laundry on the weekend. I give myself 2.5 days to get our laundry done because we're 2 adults. We have larger clothes. It takes a few more loads to get it done. Here's the other piece of laundry advice that I have you. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. Don't get mad at me. Don't get upset with me. You're not going to like this one. The biggest piece of laundry advice that I have for you, and I have to thank my mother for teaching me this early in my life. Fold the laundry when it comes out of the dryer. Don't burn me at the stake. I know that is controversial. It's controversial, but I'm telling you right now, if you take laundry out of the dryer and let it pile up on your couch, you are going to become so frustrated and overwhelmed. If you fold the laundry while it is warm, not only does it feel nice, it folds better and you can get it out of the dryer, fold the load. It's a smaller volume, right? Because it's just one load of laundry, smaller volume. You get it done. And like I said, then you delegate it to your children to put their clothes away. If it's your clothes, you have to put your own clothes away. But you put it into your organized piles. We've got our socks, we've got our underwear, we've got our shirts, we've got our pants, you put it in the organized pile, you fold it, and you send everybody on their merry way to put the laundry away. Your laundry life will become so much better if you just fold the laundry when it comes out of the dryer. I promise. A lot like the laundry days, I really recommend people who are struggling with maintaining some order and some routine in their house to create a cleaning schedule that is based on days. So for example, on Mondays, I sweep and mop. On Tuesdays, we clean the bathrooms. On Wednesdays, we vacuum. On Thursdays, we clean the fridge. And you create a system where each day has a task. Because like I said, remember, if you know how long the task takes you, if I look at my planner and I see that, okay, it's Monday, that means I need to sweep and mop the floors. I can tell myself mentally, don't freak out. Sweeping and mopping the floors only takes about 15 minutes. I am going to have 15 minutes during this day that I can do the sweeping and the mopping, and then I will have checked off the thing that needs to be done. The other thing that you can do is once a week, add in a deep cleaning tasks. Maybe you need to clean the walls. Maybe you need to wash the sheets. Maybe you need to, clean the couch or clean the windows, whatever it is, deep clean the showers. Maybe you do that on one certain day a week. You may only get one thing done a week that's a deep cleaning task, but one thing is better than none things. So if you create a day-by-day schedule for cleaning tasks, it will make it feel so much more manageable for you. The last piece of advice I have for you, mom to mom, take some time to rest each day. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds even overwhelming because there's only so many hours in the day and there is only one of you. But that is the exact reason why you need to give yourself the opportunity to rest. Even if you have to schedule that time into your day, do that. When I put my boys down for a nap, my daughter has quiet time, I rest during that time, even if it is only for 15 minutes. Again, you know how long your tasks take. If I have an hour worth of alone time, I'm never actually alone, but if I have an hour worth of time where I know that the boys are napping and my daughter can entertain herself in a good way, I can rest for 15 minutes and do chores for the rest. However, you need to give yourself time to sit down and relax, whether it's reading a book, whether it's crocheting or doing a craft of some sort. I know there are so many people who love coloring books, okay? Doom scroll on social media as long as you're not putting yourself in a toxic headspace, okay? But do something that you can just decompress for a few minutes. Whether it's an hour or 15 minutes, it is important for you to give yourself time each day to just be autonomous. Just be you. You deserve that time. Trust me, I know it feels hard, but allow yourself that time to just take care of you for a few minutes. You guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Again, if you haven't already, mash all the buttons, right? Hit subscribe, like, share. If you're sharing this on social media, tag me. I love to see what you guys are saying on social media on my channel. So you can find all of my handles in the description of this episode, but I'm typically pretty easy to find if you just search my name, Lydia Kyle. And if you're a new subscriber, tell me if this video prompted you to subscribe to my channel. Let me know so that I can say hi to you in the comments and get to know you. Let me know if there's any topics that you'd like for me to discuss further or go into more detail on. And as always, here's a suggestion for another episode that you might find helpful in your motherhood journey. I'll see you guys back next time. Have a great rest of your week.